Well, I don't know, but I feel my speech should seem maybe a little shallow because, well, being after Parker, this is really difficult. Maybe it helps if I tell you that I was at 40, the first UFO square on my sexy workplace in the Finance Tower, which is a governmental building in Brussels. Does it help? No, not really. Oh my God. Okay, so let's talk about being and developing a sexy workplace. Well, you know, we are facing a war for talent. This is the third we are facing. And so the recruiters, the employers, are really developing aggressive, attractive way of attracting talents. And they're promising very, very attractive workplace. They will tell you that you will work in front of the sea, and so on and so on. And you meet the real recruiter. And then you meet your real colleagues and your real work environment. Well, okay, this is maybe a wake-up call that can be quite difficult. So I'm not sure we have to talk about a sexy workplace. I'm pretty sure that wearing a white t-shirt can be sexy, but wearing it most of the time, always, is not always sexy. So this is why I think that as employers, we need to develop happy workplace, because we can be happy most of the time. It's quite easy. So my question is, how much are you happy at work? And why is this important to me as an employer? Just because if you are happy, normally you should feel happy at work as well, and you should perform better. And if I'm telling my leaders, okay, let your employees be happy, they're just smiling at me, and they are laughing at me, telling me, okay, we don't care about your bullshit. We want people to perform. We want to perform on financial basis and so on. So my question is, how much is your company, your organization performing well? Because both are linked. Happiness per performance can come from two very simple concepts: freedom and responsibility. And this is the equation I would like to present you. Giving freedom and responsibility to people will lead to happiness and performance. Let's focus first on freedom. We are human beings. Since we are kids, we like to have the freedom of our choice. So, if I sign a contract with an employer, I'm not giving him my brain. I'm not brainless. I can still decide by myself, because I'm an adult, how, when, and where I'm the best to work and to live. This is really the basics. But most of the employers are forgetting this. They just tell people how to work, where to work, when to work. This is completely wrong. Because if I do so, I still have to keep in mind that there is no I in team. So my freedom, my freedom will stop where yours start. I cannot, in my way of organize my work and my life, I cannot make you disorganizing yours. So this is where we are talking about responsibility. I take my choice, but I am responsible for those choices. And those choices are decided in team, with my colleague, with my peers. It's the team who is setting the objectives, of course ambitious, but they are aligned on what the top management is giving us a direction, as a vision. And it's shared, and it's not to the boss to say, okay, this is the way we will share the work amongst the team. People in the team are able to decide it. It's so easy. And so it turns the leader into a new role. He's no more a boss. He's a leader giving the vision, but he's a facilitator. His role is allowing his people, his team, to achieve the results. not the objective, the result. And the result will be monitored and measured in quantity, quality, and attitude. Because if you have quality and quantity, but you are a very, very nasty colleague, this is a problem for the team. If you are delivering quantity and you are a very nice colleague, but not the quality, this is a problem for your customer, for whoever is working with you. If you are delivering quality and attitude, but not the quantity, this is also an issue. So the 3 pillars are what the manager has to measure. Nothing else, not the way you are doing your job. You are an adult. And the leader has as well to keep in mind, as I have to keep in mind that there is no I in team, there is no me in leader. So we have to find new kind of leaders. We have to find new kind and to develop new kind of skills in the organization, like building trust, like being courageous, like having compassion, like having humility. You know, all those kind of skills that are not on the training plan, development plan, and so on. Just because most of the time, when we are a top leader, we just think we are the king of the world. Nothing will tell me the way I have to work, but I will decide for the other one. I will have the biggest office. I'm the chief. I won't say good morning or good evening to the cleaning lady or the cleaning man, because I am the chief of the world. Yeah, he's the chief of the world, kind of. And he's telling good morning to the cleaning man. This is the kind of leader we need in our organization. So the role of the organization is as well changing. We, as an organization, have to work on 3 different things. On a new way of working, new word of work, new way of work environment, flexi time, flexi place, flexi device, flexi roles. Let people choose the way they want to work. We have to focus on a different culture based on trust. We need leaders. We don't need mother-in-law who is checking the way we are doing during the day. It's completely different. We are building statements like don't manage, love. Learn who are your colleagues, who is doing what, how, when, well. How can you help people, and so on and so on. And we need, of course, to build new kind of leaders. You will tell me that this equation is just a concept, a new business concept, and I'm a consultant, but I'm not. So I'm here to sell you something, really not. And I do not ask you to believe in Santa Claus. He's for the moment on vacation, so it's not the time to believe in him. All what I told you, we did it. In a work environment, in public sector, in a civil agency. For the non-French speaking person, this tells you that you are on strike on Monday, you are on traineeship on Tuesday, sick on Wednesday, late Thursday, and you are very tired on Friday. So if you want to do that, just be a civil servant. This is the work environment where I work. And we did it. We just introduced a new way of working. We proposed 7 desks to 10 people. We are now at 5 desks to 10 people. We allow our colleagues to work from home. 92% of those colleagues can work from home. They are entitled to. They are not obliged. They are choosing what they want to do, where they want to do, and how they want to do. We are doing, in the public sector environment, annual appraisal. This is quite strange here in Belgium because there are still ministries who are not doing so. Annual on individual base and on team based. The teams are assessing themselves the way they are doing. We went so from a very paper-based organization to a completely digitalized organization. So we deleted the printers, for example, just keeping them, 45 of them. We have clean desk every evening. Every desk is completely empty. And we introduce HRM 2.0. We are recruiting our talent through the web. We are using web-based communities like Jammer. We are using and training our people to use Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, because this is the real world. You know, we are no more working 50 years ago. And we use, of course, a lot the social media. At My Sexy Workplace is one of the official accounts of my company. In terms of facts and figures, what does it mean? It means, for example, that over 7 years, we multiplied with 500% the number of spontaneous applications we are receiving every year. This is a complete disaster. Because if I'm hiring an administrative assistant, I receive 1,200 resumes. People are passing exams. 300 are succeeding in them, so I have to interview the 300, because the law is like that in Belgium. But this is a very good point to show that it's attracting talent. We have 38% of women in top function. They don't need anymore to take a part-time job to take care of their kids. They can work on very high level just because it's a flexible work environment. 1 out of 2 leaders are women. I have 69% of people who are working from home, not the 92. There are people who like to work on the workplace. They dislike to work from home, but they have the choice, they have the freedom, and they take the responsibility to achieve the results. We reduced the attrition rate by 50%, and 88% of our colleagues are telling us that they are happy to work in our organization. This is about people, so if I'm telling that to a financial guy, he will once again loathe at me. Okay, let's talk about money. First, we reduced by 30% the renting cost. We are now about 45%. It means 9 million euros a year of renting cost less. This is about your tax. We are not spending. We have 84% of printing cost less. We have almost 80% of telecommunication less, because we are using social media. We are using social media tool to communicate. We are not using cell phone anymore. We are decreasing the maintenance and cleaning cost by 40%, and each desk is completely, fully cleaned every evening. And we have 20% of improving performance, and we have reduced our staff by 10%. So basically, this is a success model. And I'm pretty sure that if it works in the public sector, it works in the private sector as well. So I hope you will find soon an employer that will tell you you are free to choose the way you work, when and where you take your responsibility, because it will make you happy and it will make our organization performant. Thank you.